Last week, we caught up with former Bath prop David Barnes as he and his band of intrepid explorers set off on one of their biggest challenges, the ascent of Africa's Mount Kilimanjaro.
Okay, here we are at the start of our 7-day trek, the Rongai Gate, so first step of many.
Among the 41-strong group were former England World Cup winner Mark Regan and Andy Blythe, who 11 years earlier had feared he might never walk again following serious injury. His determination to take on such a challenge is testament to the strength of the human spirit.
Oh, day one was brilliant. Yeah, fantastic. Yeah.
Quite an easy walk up through the forest, in which we saw some Columbus monkeys, so that was quite exciting. And we got some great views on the way up, looking back over to Kenya. And then just as we came to the first base camp, we also saw the peak of the mountain, which was quite exciting and also quite daunting, realising how much further we've got to go.
Overall plan for today should take about 8 hours all in, so it's now just come up to 8. Assuming we get squared away and out, we should be in camp for about 4 o'clock this afternoon.
Today is about getting to know new people, so if we need support on the last couple of days, it's going to be there for us.
With Nick, we have Mr. Barnes.
Yes!
Congratulations,
For most of the group, this was a trek into the unknown. Over the coming days, their mental and physical reserves would be pushed to the limit, as would their patience, particularly those climbing with Mark Regan.
Barnesy sweat patch, standard.
Standard, Bab.
It's a battle sit, Barnesy, give us an arm. Right, yes.
With the porters having already gone on ahead, the group arrived to a welcome dinner. A satisfactory day one completed.
Got into camp tonight, beautiful camp. We've got Kilimanjaro one way, we've got Mwenzi Peak behind me, and we're looking forward to having a bit of tea tonight, and then a sort of later start tomorrow, and a bit of a chance to recharge the batteries.
And as darkness descended on the camp, so did the realisation of the task ahead.
We're heading further up the mountain tomorrow, and as you go further up, altitude will affect your sleeping, and it will make it a lot harder to sleep, and you need as much energy as you can now for summit night. So very important we get a good night's sleep tonight, and it's another long day tomorrow, so a good challenge ahead, but one, as I say, a very, very worthwhile cause.
And you've got to keep warm.
Night, Andy.
Night, John boy.
Crew seem to be happy and ready to go. Some of them are suffering a little bit with the altitude, which is only normal, nothing we can't deal with. Cracking day, plenty of weather, everybody's happy, slapping on the sunscreen, good to go.
I jogged up there this morning just for a warm-up and loosen off.
With most of the team now at an altitude their bodies had never experienced, the conditions began to take their toll.
It's been quite a hard day. A lot of people have been affected by altitude sickness. I was one of them this morning, so sort of you wake up and the best way to describe it is almost seasickness. It's hard to eat, very, very tired, no energy, sort of sickness. And then as the day's gone on, I've felt better, but you can see throughout the camp that a lot of people are starting to be affected by it.
Some people have had an uncomfortable night where the temperature did drop down to below freezing, and some are having challenges with the altitude, which is only to be expected. So we're going to drop from where we are now about 400 metres, so it'll be a lot more comfortable for the climbers.
Feeling good, we're about to trek down now. There's been no headaches as such yet, but it may come on very suddenly, but thoroughly enjoying it. Now we get over the corner and maybe I'll see the summit. Looking forward to it.
Despite the threat of altitude sickness, spirits remained high.
How's he doing it? How's he doing that? Just great.
So, Nick Basu, best guide on the mountain. Who's the best climber here today?
David Barnes.
Thank you. Yusuf, you've seen everyone today. Everyone walking. Who's the best you've seen?
Andy. David Barnes.
Thank you. Sitting here with Alex, top guide on the mountain. Alex, who's the best climber of the day?
David Barnes.
Thank you.
Coming for you.
Having completed the 4th day of their ascent and the summit now within reach, it became apparent that things were going to get a whole lot tougher. And as we'll find out later in the show, it all proves too much for some as the team makes its final assault.